Hi, Tim.
Hi, Kevin.
How are you?
I'm good.
Person
How
I
are
haven't
you?
talked to since last Monday evening.
Yeah. Wow, Kevin, boy, have I missed the sound of your voice in my ear holes.
We definitely have not talked since the last time we did the show, chat. Cause
No.
The only time we talk is when we're with you. Because
that's the only time that I'm ever breathing air. It's really inconvenient.
That's how this works. I'm sure you believe us.
Where are you going with this?
No clue.
Okay.
If you want to just tell us to punch it to hyperspace.
Punch it, Kevin!
Hello, world of Star Wars and Scotch.
What was that voice?
Yes, it'll give us a nibbly to Scotch, yeah. I'm drunk already, Tim. I don't know if you know that.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
So fast, Kevin.
And I just for squadrons, I got my Thrustmaster right here. So we're gonna
I'm so proud of you.
Thrust into Star Wars.
You're gonna thrust that master
squadrons.
so hard.
We're gonna thrust right into it. It's gonna be so hot when we thrust. I'll be a master of it. Anyway, I got that in the mail today. I'm also, unrelated to Star Wars, going to use that to fly to North Korea in Microsoft Flight Simulator this week. So,
do you think you'll make it?
Find out.
Where are you taking off from?
Seoul.
Oh, from Seoul. Okay.
Yeah, it's the shortest. It's the easiest.
You should have done this full day journey to get there.
Well, they want to see other landmarks and stuff, so I want to make time for everything.
No.
I didn't want to spend 8 hours of a stream taking off from California.
No, but no. Here's my point though: is so you take off from some really long point, so where you knew it would take the entire time to stream, and right before your normal cutoff time, your stream just goes blank, and then you disconnect, and that's it. And then you take a whole week off. People think you actually went missing.
The North Koreans came to my house. How dare he?
It's a part of the DLC.
Yeah. It's not Star Wars and apple juice this week, chat. We're back home safe and sound. GCX was wild. No, it wasn't. And we're back.
Thanks for all the hugs.
Thanks for all the memories, chat.
I'm so glad I got to autograph so much stuff this year.
Yeah. My hand hurts.
Oh, my feet are so sore from walking around.
I got so drunk at Disney the day after all you guys left. Now I'm depressed. Anyway, welcome to Star Wars and Scotch, episode 11. I think it's time to start planning on some new guests.
Yeah. This is why Freddie Prinze Jr. will never join us.
Oh no, he will. Don't worry. And we have to get Ben on here to partake in the hashish and explain Star Wars to us. I think that should be a 2-hour special.
Yes.
Of Ben explaining Star Wars to us while
I want that so hard.
So,
Evan, there's lots of Star Wars news.
Star Wars news every week.
I love it.
And as always,
so much.
If you're on Facebook, you can use what I hope is the pinned comment. If not, Tim will pin it for the Slido link. And if you're on Twitch, you can use the questions command, and it will right in there in Twitch. Just so hot. But welcome again. So this week, we have a few things to talk about. I want to kick it off with probably the most depressing, well, depends your point of view here. Star Wars actor Ewan McGregor to give his ex-wife half of his movie TV royalties in divorce.
Ugh. That's messy.
Think of all the Star Wars dollars that he is not getting.
Yeah, dude.
For being Obi-Wan.
Half goes to his ex-wife now.
What will he do? Will he be
rich?
Okay, or
I'm sure his bank account will be just fine.
Okay. All right. You sure?
Still,
I worry about him. Should we do a GoFundMe or? I don't want Obi-Wan to be homeless.
Hello there. I'm sure Obi-Wan's just fine.
He'll have to live in a hut in Death Valley. Did you hear how hot it got in Death Valley this week?
Apparently it was the hottest place on the planet.
Since 1931, 130 degrees, I think, or 131
Ooh.
degrees. That sounds disgusting. And it's dry heat, too.
It's gross.
Just dry 130 degree heat.
Mm-mm. No.
Anyway, so yeah, Ewan McGregor lost a lot of his Star Wars money because he's getting divorced. Divorce is messy. I don't suggest you do it unless you feel like you really need to, because you could lose all your Star Wars money too in a divorce, chat, and that would suck. I know my wife would probably take half of my Star Wars belongings in a divorce. No, she would not. She'd probably make me take all of them.
Speaking of Ewan McGregor and Obi-Wan, they have started filming, or they're going to be filming next month. So it's actually happening. And I apologize for being the person who said that it would never happen. I'm just going to go ahead and say that now because I'm pretty sure last year at GCX, I said that it wasn't going to happen.
He did. That is.
So I'm sorry.
That is Kevin 1, Tim 0. So, yeah. Does someone have a scoreboard or something? We can keep track of all this.
What are they gonna do? What are they gonna talk about? What is this? What can they really show off?
They'll make it interesting.
I just want to know. Just give me a little taste of the script.
Man watches boy from distance.
Yeah, that's
Sandstorm.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to learn to have dealings with the Sand People. We know that. He obviously knows his way around Mos Eisley, so he's probably dealt with a smuggler or two in his time.
I think he fights some bounty hunters.
Yeah, there's some hive of scum and villainy stuff going on.
I like that. That was good. Nice.
You could make the case that maybe we'll see the live action version from his point of view of Darth Maul arriving on Tatooine to kill him. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
Who's directing this?
What's her name? She directed 2 of the Mandalorian episodes. She's in the roundtable discussion.
Is her last name Chow?
Yes.
Deborah?
Yes.
Is that right? Was that right?
You nailed it.
Yes. Go me.
You did it. So we'll see. But they start filming next month, which means my guess would be that they'll have to stagger this in Mandalorian in 21 for new seasons, but I have a feeling this would come before season 3 of Mandalorian because I don't think they've started filming Mandalorian season 3.
No. Especially now with COVID, no way.
Yeah.
If they're gonna start filming for Obi-Wan, I don't see why they wouldn't start filming for season 3 of Mando.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they're gonna get back to work now that COVID is slowly but surely, especially in America, dragging its ass out the door.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. Please, God, I just want to have GCX next year. Please wear a mask. I had to go to Best Buy today. You know what I did, chat? You know what I did? You know what I did when I went to Best Buy? I wore a mask. That's what I did. Why'd you go to Best Buy? I had to get a new phone because I accidentally went in the pool with my phone in my pocket yesterday. I know. First world problems. But I have to run my business off my phone, so stop judging me, person in chat.
Yeah, Craig in chat.
Craig.
Craig.
I see you. So, and I wonder, because of COVID, I know we talked about it on the jam, Corey mentioned it, like, are they going to be doing filming bubbles? Like, are you not going to be allowed off the, I don't want to say set, that's not the right word, but the confines of whatever that is.
Compound. Yeah. I don't see why they wouldn't. I mean, they're doing it for sports. Why wouldn't they do it for, if you want to keep your filming crew healthy, why not?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's the smartest thing to do.
I do too. First of all, I would never own an iPhone again as long as I live. Second of all, the phone was waterproof. The problem is it won't turn back on because it has a fail-safe mechanism that if there's water in the phone, it won't power back on. So maybe one day it will, but I need a phone like today. So my phone lasted me 2 years. It's pretty solid. Let's get into some of this other stuff, Tim.
Yes.
Ooh, questions too. Keep the questions coming.
We have questions? Yes.
So
right.
one of the more depressing things to come out last week was the news that the Jedi Hidden Temple, whatever the hell the show was called, is canceled.
Oh no! They canceled it?
Yeah.
Why?
Just wasn't doing. It was only on YouTube.
It was a YouTube. Wait, that was dumb. Why didn't they do it on Disney Plus?
I don't know. The Temple Challenge is what it's called. So,
man.
Yeah, that show got canceled.
Nice job, Disney. You ruined another thing.
I'm surprised you didn't blame Jar Jar for that, Tim.
Man, oh, that's right. The actor for Jar Jar was the host. That's his fault.
He's the Jedi Master. It was fun. It was fun for what it was. My son really enjoyed it, but adults that are probably watching the show, this age group, probably wouldn't enjoy it unless you have kids to watch it with. So it's not something I'd be like, yeah, go watch it. You'll have a good time. It's literally just kids running around collecting parts and building things in a Star Wars setting, with 2 droids accosting them the whole time verbally. So.
Oh, well. Well, that's sad. Oh, well. What other sad news do you have before we talk about happy stuff?
This will hit home for you because you know some folks that worked on this.
Oh, no.
The new details of the Visceral canceled game and their screenshots.
I knew a couple guys that were working on it. Actually, the guy who is interviewed, I know very well. So it's Zach Mumbach. Yeah. That game would have been it.
I saw the screenshots and I wanted to cry. I legit wanted to cry. And the fact that all of the staff that commented on the article said this would have been the best Star Wars game ever made.
Mm-hmm.
Just dug deeper into my soul.
Yeah.
And pulled more things out. I have a feeling that I won't see anything on the scale of what I want until I'm in my late 40s at this point.
You want that open world Jedi Fallen.
I want what we just did in Tsushima, but I want Star Wars. I want planetary exploration. Instead of 3 zones, I would love 6 planets to go and explore that are each
so
open
essentially
in their
Jedi
own
Fallen,
sense.
But in open world.
Open world, yeah, not so linear. Not making that was more the Metroidvania formula of making me go back to places and open doors and stuff like that.
Sure, yeah, of course.
I want to get quests, go complete objectives.
Mm-hmm.
Similar combat, parry, all that stuff. But I would love the option to not be a Force user, or have the option to be a Force user.
Oh, so now we're starting to get into Skyrim.
Yeah, I mean,
if Skyrim giving you the ability to do what go with factions and do whatever you want, and then
Tim, what was the reason they actually pulled the plug on the Visceral game? Is it unknown to everybody?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I'm allowed to say.
Okay. So
yeah,
so
I don't think I'm allowed to say.
Chat, you.
Sorry.
That's it. I wasn't saying it was from you. I was just saying somebody said you to you, chat.
Oh no, I was
somewhere
Sorry,
out there. I look at SWTOR, which by the way just hit Steam a few weeks ago, and its numbers have almost tripled.
Well, yeah, that was EA's. One of their smartest moves was to let go of Origin.
But now articles are coming out how is a 10-year-old game so beautiful? I never knew this existed. Oh my God, I'm living my Star Wars power fantasy. I'm seeing all these articles roll out about an old MMO. But the crazy thing is about SWTOR is everyone's saying how much they enjoy playing in single player, which I get because I played it because the stories are so good. But it's weak tab target combat. But
sorry, you're talking about Star Wars Online, not Knights of the Old Republic.
Star Wars: The Old Republic, is the online one.
The Star Wars Online stuff, yeah.
So,
well, they did a really good job of keeping it up to date. I feel like they
there's a new update in December.
BioWare has done a really, really good job. I'm amazed that they were given Disney's blessing to continue adding to that. So,
yeah, it's interesting because it's the only thing post-Disney acquisition that still exists, that is still updated, that is not canon.
Right. That's just that's mind-boggling to me, and I wonder if it's just because okay, now hear me out.
I think it makes money.
Well, yeah, so I think it makes money. And 2, what if this is a way for them to try out stories and see what sticks for upcoming shows and movies?
It could be.
That would be in the Old Republic.
It could be. They've gone so far from what people love in the story of that game.
Mm-hmm.
The new one was cool. They introduced Onderon, and what was the other planet they introduced? Duxton was in there, I think. Was the raid? But Onderon was nice. It was fun to run around Onderon because we've seen Onderon in Clone Wars and a few other things.
Yeah.
So it was cool to see Onderon and interact with the 2 warring political factions. One was allied with the Empire, the other one was allied with the Republic. So it's interesting. It could be a testing ground. I honestly think it just makes them money. So they like that, and it lets people have a game where they can play with their friends and have a lightsaber. You know.
Sure. Yeah.
I personally don't. I love the classes where I have the Force and a lightsaber more than I do the other ones. But the Imperial Agent might be the best story that they have in the game. It's like James Bond shit.
Oh, that's cool.
You know, and being double crossed and triple crossing, and it's just a good time. It's a good time. So yeah, if you need to kill like 60, 70, 80 hours and you would like to do that, you can go to Steam and download SWOTOR, and I think you can play to 50 for free. So you can do the base story.
Nice.
And each class, so there's 4 classes each faction. They mirror each other to an extent. They change some stuff for light side, dark side. And then there's 2 subclasses within each class. Each class has a story. And then there's an overarching Republic Empire story. And then when you get to the DLCs, it's just Republic Empire stories. And then you can actually become a traitor. And you can switch alliances within the story, like PvP and that rating. You're still the same, but you can switch your alliance in the story. So it's fun. Cool. Do it. Have fun. So yeah, it made me sad seeing all the Visceral screenshots, hearing what the employees were saying. We had a lot of gameplay people never got to see. We had levels. They weren't done, but they were close. We had one set piece, which was basically done. We were putting the final touches on it right when the studio was shut down. It was this crazy ATST moment, which was really cool. You were on foot running from it. It was trying to hunt you down, but you were more agile, slipping through these alleyways, barreling through and crashing and using the destruction of Frostbite. Using all the destruction of Frostbite, you would have been like, oh, that's Star Wars Uncharted.
That's what it was supposed to be. Yeah. It was going to be a Star Wars Uncharted game. I walked into the Visceral studio at one point. I was in Redwood, and they had one part where it was all Battlefield Hardline stuff, and then on the other side was all their Star Wars stuff, and they actually had the Star Wars stuff like bisqueened off, like, and so like you couldn't actually get back there. It was like so secretive as to like what they were doing. They could just tell us that they were working on a Star Wars game.
Damn it! You should have went back there anyway, Tim.
I know. Tried.
Risked the biscuit. Damn it! Ugh. Yeah.
But speaking of Star Wars games, Kevin, there's a new Star Wars VR game coming out.
Do tell.
And it hits a little close to home. It's called Tales from the Galaxy's Edge. And if you're wondering, yes, the one and the same from Disney. So this is Galaxy's Edge, and it's going to be a game that is specific to the Oculus Rift platform. So for you HTC Vive users out there, sorry, but a lot like Vader Immortal, it's going to be on Rift. It actually, Vader Immortal is coming on for PSVR in August, which is great. So if you have a PSVR and you haven't done Vader Immortal, there's 3 parts. I highly recommend going and doing it. Kevin.
Yeah.
Have you done Vader Immortal yet?
No, I got to hook my Oculus up. I have it sitting over there collecting dust.
Chat, I think I might just bring him here and record him playing through Vader Immortal for the vlog.
Okay.
But yeah, so there's not a lot to it. There's concept drawings, but they're saying that you can go through not just Galaxy's Edge, not just the spaceport, Black Spire, but then you can also go out and visit more of Batu, which is the planet that the Black Spire outpost is on. They have a couple concept drawings from Oculus Studios. It looks good. It looks like it's gonna be a lot like Vader Immortal, where it's gonna be this first-person adventure game, which for me, like there's one concept drawing of who were the traitors that stopped Han Solo. They had like the red and black outfits on. Do you remember
shoot. It's on the tip of my
anyways,
tongue.
That's who these people are. Like that's what the concept drawing is. And that looks like they've breached through blaster doors, and they're sitting there, they're blasting things. So I would assume there's gonna be some shooting, some explosions.
Guavian
Death
action.
Gang. There you go. That's them. So I'm excited for this. Another. For me, this is exciting because I haven't gotten to go to Galaxy's Edge yet.
Isn't the concept of it? It's basically what they envision Galaxy's Edge to be in like the realm of Star Wars.
It's not going to be a 1-to-1 to the park.
No, but it's basically what the port at Batu is
Yeah.
to the mind's eye, if you will.
And then what's really cool is that this is the guys who made the Rise Against the Resistance. Is that right? What's the new ride? Is it
Rise of
Against
the Resistance?
Rise of the Resistance. The people who worked on that ride, the ILM team that designed all the visual effects and everything for that ride, are working on this game, which I think is really, really exciting. So like these are the same people who perfected that, and then bringing that here to Oculus. I think that's going to be a really cool. They also worked on Smuggler's Run as well.
Smuggler's Run was fun.
They did both those, so that should be fun.
Yeah, got struck by lightning, and Tim and I were we were playing ping pong with the idea of maybe popping over to just go on Rise of Resistance and walk around Batu and then leave, because it wasn't going to be a regular Disney experience, but the idea that Rise of the Resistance we could get on. But then it got struck by lightning, and Tim and I took that as a sign as to not go to Disney, because they took the you ever go on the Navi River ride at Animal Kingdom? They took the animatronic at the end out, the whole. Yeah, apparently it broke, so they removed it for now.
So that they talk about that in the Imagineering. Yeah,
it's one of the most complex
show on Disney Plus. It's like one of the most complex animatronics in the world.
Yeah, it was currently removed.
Wow, it was kind of terrifying. I remember seeing a piece of the skin wasn't covering something. You could see all of the innards. Of the priestess, and it was a little weird. The shaman.
I just felt like it was looking at me.
Yeah, it looked very real. It was kind of scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anywho, so for me, this is exciting because I've never been to Galaxy's Edge, and so I get to see Black Spire Outpost and kind of have that experience in the comforts of my home.
So, Carlos had a question. Said, "Imagine a Star Wars cruise. Thoughts?" Carlos, I have good news for you.
Oh, Carlos.
Currently, Disney Cruise Line is suspended through at least Halloween. Hopefully not longer, but safety first. But after that, you can book yourself a cruise on a Disney Cruise Line and go to Star Wars Day at Sea, which I hope to go to one day. But for now, that's the best you're going to do. Yeah, they have one of the boats does Star Wars Day at Sea, and there's all Star Wars stuff in the boat that you can see and whatnot. So
that's dope.
100% it exists.
That's exciting.
What else we got? Tim, you pulled out the which is funny because I'm up to this in Clone Wars and the rewatch. Join Boba Fett's crew in exclusive look at Star Wars, the Clone Wars anthology.
Yes, this anthology is a 384-page anthology with 11 short stories, each adapted from and inspired by a classic episode of the Emmy award-winning series Clone Wars. So that's really cool. So you've just gotten to the point where little Boba is starting to form his little crime syndicate, his little group of bounty hunters. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Which is featured for a few episodes in.
I think that'll be fun
Clone
to
Wars.
learn more about what happened with Boba, because the last we see Boba, is he in prison? Does he get locked up? And that's the last time we see him? Question mark?
Maybe.
Someone in chat?
I thought he
chat remind me?
escapes.
Does he escape? I don't remember.
I'm not up to that yet, so I don't remember.
But yeah, so and that's kind of like the last we see him is just like a kid. So I would love to see more of him and to where do we find him again in episode 4. So there's a lot of time missing between when you see him in Clone Wars and when he shows up 20 years later.
He's either in prison or he escaped with the crew. Okay. The thing I'm interested with this, obviously, I want to hear it because they have all of these voice actors. We talked about this a few weeks ago, but I'm interested to see. As an anthology, that means it's going to be one-off stories, and it almost to me, it seems like it's going to fill in more blanks in Clone Wars, the cartoon, which was made to fill in the blank between 2 and 3. So it's almost like Inception, where it's like we must go deeper.
Yeah.
And again,
because it's just they leave so much for you to figure out, like Boba, like that's another thing of like how did he get to where he was, or like Ventress, or like there's so many, there's like, or remember how we like started to talk about like the Inquisitors and like like the Grand Inquisitor and like I wonder if that's a way for them to also kind of like start to create like more of those stories.
Mm-hmm. Like,
So,
they specifically reference that some of the stories are about Ventress in here.
Ventress is dope. Like,
Yeah,
she
fun
got
character.
screwed.
The Lost Night Sister.
The whole thing, like, I had, like, once I learned about, like, the Night Sisters and, like, how that all worked, as I learned more about Count Dooku and what he was trying to do, especially, and then, like, when Savage gets introduced, and then you start to learn more, and then you learn more about Dooku and how he's, like, treats his apprentice, and then you learn, and what's really cool is when they started to talk about Maul, and when Maul gets introduced into that huge cacophony of bad guys that are kind of, like, all fighting against each other. That was a really cool portion in the Clone Wars saga that I really enjoyed.
The Night Sisters and Dathomir is something that I don't want to say when Disney took over, but at least when Clone Wars came in to retcon it, was a good retcon, because the previous version of Dathomir and the Night Sisters was not nearly as interesting and cool as this version.
Really?
Yeah, if you play the old, what was the old MMO? Star Wars. It wasn't Star Wars Online. Whatever the old MMO was. You were able to, I believe, go to Dathomir and fight the Night Sisters, but they're not really as interesting. They're still, like, cool, but, like, these Night Sisters are way cooler and way different.
I thought they were dope in Jedi Fallen Order as well.
Marin.
So good.
Yeah.
I want to know what happens to Mother Townsend. Like, I know she's dead, but she shows up, like her spirit's still out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to learn more about like that. Like, how is she able to, like, be dead, but then also kind of just, like, be a ghost at the same time? Like, what is she doing? But, like, you know, like, I mean, like, the sisters still inhabited Dathomir even after her death. We see them in Fallen Order.
Yeah.
So I want to learn more about that. Like, using the Force more, like, the mystical Force stuff.
Yeah, you
the
love
magic.
that. You love that dark side mysticism.
I do. I really do. I want to learn. Like, that's just, like, because it's such a cool and unknown part of the standard Star Wars story. You know,
Yeah.
you know, it's just like it makes you think more about, like, that. And, like, when they introduce, like, the living Force and the Universal Force, or whatever the other one is, like, how they, like, intertwine. Like, I wanted to learn more about that, and I wanted to learn more about, like, the Sith mystical arts, and, like, how there was, like, blood magic, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like, learning about, like, the father, the daughter, and the son, like that stuff is really cool, and it's just the shit that they don't talk about in the movies. And so it's just like, there's, and again, to this point of, like, these anthologies and, like, the these Star Wars stories that they're bringing out, is like, it'd be cool to have more deep dives into that. And that's what I love so much about the Star Wars novels, is they kind of give you that opportunity to really get deep into it.
Anonymous asks, do you think they will do crossover episodes with The Mandalorian and Obi-Wan? No, because they take place in two different timelines. Or not
Obi-Wan's
timelines, but periods
dead.
in time. Yeah, they're not nearly in the same time. Steven asks...
There might be character... Well, hold on. There might be character crossovers. Someone could be alive that Obi-Wan had seen, and maybe he stayed alive through the entirety of the Galactic War, and then shows up. Like, that's the only way that they can make that work. But I don't think there's no way they would be able to do, like, main character crossovers, because that's a decent chunk of time.
I don't know, maybe. Steven said, can we get Mark Hamill on here? Yeah, sure. Let us know
Sure, dude.
when
Yeah,
you can
just
make that happen.
So everybody tweet at him and let him know that he should come hang out with Tim and Kevin. There you go.
Do you have any interest in the upcoming Dr. Aphra series? I've never read the old ones, and I've been recommended to me numerous times. So I would want to go back and look at the older well, it's not too old. It's only like 4 years old, but the older stuff before I would go forward and look at that. I don't know if Tim has ever dove into Dr. Aphra.
No.
It's like its own story in Star Wars. I believe it takes place post Return of the Jedi. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Correct me, chat. Correct me. What else we got? How big of a role do you think Ahsoka will have in season 2 of Mando? I'm more concerned with if Ahsoka's going to show up rather than the girth of her role.
I like that. Nice.
Girth, right? You like that?
Girth. Yeah, very good. Very good. Nicely done.
Afra's during Vader years and rumored post. Yeah, I don't know much about her. I just know that it's been recommended to me numerous times. I've never dove into it. Speaking of new content, though, the Bounty Hunters for Marvel.
Yeah, okay, so I wanted to talk about this just because I had no idea that there was a Bounty Hunter comic book.
Yep.
Kevin, how many comic books are there out right now that I didn't know about?
Marvel has a whole, like, I don't want to say suite, but they have a whole Star Wars division.
Have you read any of them?
I have the Kylo ones on my phone.
Anyways, I just wanted to bring... I saw that article, and that was pretty cool because it was a cyborg. And I honestly, other than knowing of, like, Mark Hamill's hand, or Luke's hand, and Vader's arm, and, like they've never really shown cyborgs in Star Wars, like, in the cinematic universe. And so, like, just the thought of, like, a cyborged bounty hunter sounds dope. I would love to see more of that because I can't think of a time there was a cyborg in Star Wars.
You can make one in SWTOR if you want to.
Okay, but I mean, like,
and then you can tell your own story.
Ew. But there's no cyborgs in the movies, are there?
Vader.
He's more machine than he is man now.
See? I mean,
yeah, but that's not a cyborg.
It's not really cyborg in Star Wars. It's more the synthetic enhancements.
I don't know. He looked pretty metal to me.
Yeah, but maybe he wanted, like, better eyesight for targeting through a blaster.
Half of his face is ripped off, and it looks like a Terminator.
What was Grievous then?
Yeah,
there was only a little bit of what was Grievous before left with Grievous. Everything else was mechanical.
Would he be considered a cyborg though?
Let's see what he's classified as. Grievous. Wikipedia. No, it still says he's a Kaleesh male here.
Grievous cyborg. No. People don't even. I don't think.
Still says he's considered a Kaleesh.
Yeah, I don't think people.
I don't think that's the word. I don't even think they use that word in Star Wars universe. I could be wrong.
No? Let's see. Star Wars cyborg. Let's see. Cyborg. No, there are. Well, no, they do. No, they do call him a Kaleesh cyborg on Wikipedia.
Oh, it said Kaleesh male in the.
I think you were looking at before he turned into the general that we know.
So cybernetic augmentation was an invasive process.
I guess I just keep on forgetting that he actually was a person. I know that Obi-Wan shoots him in the heart, but it's just like
you can't build a cyborg.
He's so mechanical.
You have to add on to, like, another organic being in Star Wars.
Got it.
I think that's
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, that's what I'm gathering from this.
Yeah, no, a cyborg was any living organic being, sentient or not, whose body was enhanced both with machine parts. Cybernetic augmentations was an invasive process that changed a being's brain functions and physiology in a significant way, so much so that it was usually irreversible. So there it is. I'm just like, I always forget that he was a person. Whatever, chat.
Kaleesh male. Cyborg person.
I think that's dope. That's very cool.
So yeah, that's coming out soon. There's lots of here. Can I log into my Marvel account from here? Marvel.
I don't think Vader's. I guess technically that makes Vader a cyborg.
No, he
yes.
is. He
I
is.
Guess so, dude. I guess when I think of cyborgs, I think of I think of the Terminator.
Yeah, Lando's assistant. What's his name? It starts with an L. Lobot?
So that makes Maul cyborg.
His leg? Yeah. So yeah, there's Star Wars #1, Vader #1, Leia #1, Kanan the Last Padawan, Star Wars #2. It's a whole mess of them, Tim. For Marvel.
That makes Starkiller a cyborg too.
Man, I wish he was canon.
Right? He was so dope, dude.
I loved Starkiller. Yeah, Tim, you need to start reading these comics, bud. There's
I
a
need
ton.
to. Are there? Shit. Are they short? Like, could I just do it like right before bed?
Yeah. If you did the issues, not the like full series.
No. I was like if I want to do like one a night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just do it on your phone or your tablet.
Do I have to buy a subscription?
You have to buy the comics.
Oh. There's no like Disney Plus for Marvel?
I'm sure there is. It was the whole Kylo Ren series was gifted to me, so I don't really know how it works.
Gotcha.
But I would assume that there's some sort of subscription that you can get. It's probably Marvel as a whole. Now on Marvel Unlimited, I would assume Marvel Unlimited is what you're looking for.
Marvel Unlimited. All right.
Because I feel like that would be Marvel as a whole, not necessarily like Star Wars.
Let's see. Marvel.com, Marvel Unlimited Comics.
Marvel
nice,
Unlimited
dude.
has all the Disney comics. They are 6 months behind, though. There you go.
Oh, no. 6 months behind.
So if you want the
Boo.
newer stuff, you have to buy it. But Marvel Unlimited has 27,000 comics, Tim.
Oh.
Think of all of the comics you can
Oh,
read.
there's so much Marvel to... Oh.
And you can make a list of all the good ones and like have Kyler start reading them when he's like 8.
Oh, dude, you used my kid. You used my kid as a bargaining chip.
Yeah, because you're always like, oh, that's so cool that you get to do that with your kid. You can do it with yours too.
Yeah, you right.
Yeah, boy.
Wait, what's the new exclusive kit? This is $100 a year. What does that get me?
Chats.
Hold on, what is this? What do I get? Does that mean I get all the stuff up to date?
Do you?
Do I?
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Yeah, dude, there's a $9 a month plan. And there's a $69 a year plan. That's the annual plan. And then there's an annual plus that gives you the new, it says new exclusive kit. Oh, new exclusive kit with an annual plus membership. With any purchase of a Marvel Unlimited annual plus membership, members get an exclusive limited edition membership kit. Limited edition Hasbro Marvel Legends Deadpool. Cyclops by Scotty Youngpin. 2 variant comics, House of X #1, House of X #2, X-Men X Patch. Wait. Okay, so I have to pay another $30 to get that thing? That's silly.
In a world.
Pass. In a world where you get useless crap that'll collect dust for $30 extra.
Steven
Good.
says, this is the ideal Star Wars game for Steven. You ready?
Okay.
Assassin's Creed engine.
Okay.
Gameplay like No Man's Sky. Free roam travel around the universe.
You lost me at No Man's Sky gameplay.
No Man's Sky exploration?
Yeah, but like No Man's Sky gameplay would be me digging holes in the ground.
Also, No Man's Sky is all about exploration. Star Wars, I want to go to places that I know
And
more than I
cut
wanted
people in
to.
half with my lightsaber.
Yeah, like if you tell me we're gonna go beyond the outer rim, that's a different story. But when we're
Sure.
in the galaxy,
I want to go. Tatooine. I'm back.
yeah, just like we did in Mandalorian.
Exactly.
Anonymous said, "What would you all say if I've never seen an entire Star Wars film? Because it's true, I haven't.
I'd be like, what the is wrong? No.
A lot of people
Yeah, I
haven't, to be honest.
No, yeah, it's okay. It's all right. We forgive you. We don't judge here.
Like, my wife is forced to give a about Star Wars, so because
Same
she's
for
married
mine.
to me and then my son, so and
Yeah.
my daughter.
And me.
Star Wars game using new flight sim tech. So you want a Star Wars game where you're just shipping cargo all around the galaxy.
You just
It's like Euro Truck Simulator, but you're just shipping cargo for the Empire
Could you imagine,
all
though?
around the
You have to,
galaxy.
you have to like track out your hyperspace lanes and shit, and then you have to like if you get like stopped by a Star Destroyer, you got to go through like all the checks and
There is a
trays and stuff.
contingency of people that would love that.
Dude, people would eat that up,
Love.
man. Oh my gosh, that's the game that I didn't know that I needed, but now I want.
Think how relaxing that would be
Dude, that'd be so chill.
until you get attacked by pirates.
Oh, yeah, but how exciting would that be, though, Kevin?
And Hondu pops up on your holo record. Hello.
Oh my gosh. Hello. Hey, Hondo. I love that so hard. Oh my gosh, I want that. Okay. Well, time to call up the friends at EA. Hey guys, we need this game.
What character,
awesome.
Patrick asks, what character would you love to learn more about that they haven't given a detailed backstory to? We've talked about this a few times. I think the generic answer that we always say is Qui-Gon.
Yes.
That Tim and I kind of agree on. Secondary would probably be Revan. That would be my.
Yeah, a lot of the like the big characters, I think they've done it. Oh, and Yoda. I mean, I'd love to know like Yoda's, and I think they're gonna do more of that with the High Republic.
They really have to slow that though.
What?
Like you can't do Yoda all at once. We really just need
No. But I would love to know. I mean, he's 900 years old, dude. He's got to have a lot of adventures.
Where do you guys think, this is Werewood, where do you think Jedi Fallen Order 2 is heading? I have no clue what the possibilities are. My assumption is that the damage that was done to that facility, which has now been done to the Inquisitory, which was done to Darth Vader and the Empire, will require revenge from the Empire on Cal. That's my 2 cents on that.
I also think we're going to start learning more about the Zepho, and we're going to get deeper into, like, the Force and stuff that, like, what the Zepho were about. So I think
my guess is that the Zephos
well.
started as just Force users. There was no delineation, and then something happened.
Yep.
That created light-dark balance between them. So we'll probably start to learn about that, and then it'll wrap that up in the third one. Are the Jedi violating the Jedi Code by being so involved in military and politics? Yes.
Yes. No.
That comes up
gets
quite
talked
often
about.
in Clone Wars.
Yeah, a lot. Ahsoka questions that a lot.
So does Duchess Satine to Obi-Wan's face when they're not flirting and creating massive amounts of sexual tension.
Oh, there's so much sexual tension. It's uncomfortable.
And really, even Anakin's like, whoa, go save your girlfriend, bud.
That's funny.
Yeah, the more I'm watching Clone Wars again, in order, by the way, much better in order. If you don't know what I'm talking about, StarWars.com has a way to watch Clone Wars where everything is in order, chronologically, and that's the way to do it because the show makes way more sense instead of being like, oh, we're back here again, a season and a half later, with the same people. What happened? Yeah, so they have you skip around a lot, but it's worth it. But it just makes me sad of what ends up happening to Anakin. Dante said, just watched the Yoda episode of Clone Wars where he learns about the living and cosmic force and was wondering if we will see Obi-Wan travel and pass the trials. That's
We talked about this.
Yeah.
That was that was like the things of like that's what they would have to do in the Obi-Wan show. It's going to be him communing with Qui-Gon, him going through the trials, the same trials that Yoda had, or similar trials. We don't know if he's gonna go through the trials that Qui-Gon gives him. What Yoda went through is going to be completely different.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, like that's definitely going to have to be a part of the show. It's going to be where we leave him at the end of episode 3. Like that's, I mean, plus a couple of years because I mean, Ewan McGregor has aged.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I think that would be another fun couple of episodes.
Yeah, like that's just the hard part with this Obi-Wan show is I just don't know how compelling the stories are going to be. Hopefully they're good.
Lots of Pazak. Snooty said, so not sure if anyone knows this, but Mandalorian might be affected by the whole Epic thing because they use Unreal Engine. Thoughts?
What other than them fighting with Apple
and Google? No, I don't think that would affect.
No, that's not going to affect their relationship with Disney.
Yeah, because it's film too. It's like once you rent is it rent or buy? You have to rent it, right? Basically,
I think they lease a license.
They lease a license and then royalties off the license.
Yeah,
from
but I mean,
sales of whatever your product is.
Right, and this show is helping them develop their engine even more. I mean, like this, yeah, their video game division versus like Epic's Unreal Engine is. I don't think it's gonna affect anything.
Yeah,
not worried about it.
Anonymous said, with E.T. just being a nod to Steven Spielberg and Phantom Menace and the Galactic Senate, if it was canon, do you think E.T. came to Earth looking for Force users? No.
No.
Because he's just chilling in the Senate. Not everyone was responsible for Force users. Most beings weren't.
Yeah, they weren't. He wasn't a part of the Jedi Council or anything like that.
Yeah. So.
But it still is funny to think that E.T. is Star Wars canon.
Oh, they're referring to the Tencent issue with China and Epic.
I haven't seen that part
No,
yet,
because that would be China taking money out of their own pockets as an economy, and they wouldn't do that. So that would be a hard no. Because
doesn't
Star Wars
Tencent have stake in Disney?
In Epic, they have stake in Epic.
Don't they also? No,
they don't have stake in Disney. They might own like a minute Tencent, Disney. I mean, someone said that Tencent might buy Disney at some point.
Maybe that's what I'm.
No, they don't own it. The speculation.
No, did they have stuff with Marvel?
Tencent own Marvel.
Isn't it how they got all the? I figured they had stake in Disney, and that's how they got all of the Star Wars and Marvel stuff in Fortnite. That's why I thought there was a connection somewhere.
The gaming company behind the first Chinese Marvel superheroes is getting big on online comics. NetEase plans to further expand the content offered by its online comics business. So NetEase, which is owned by Tencent, has an online comic business. That might be your... Introduce the first Chinese superheroes to join the widely popular Marvel franchise. There you go.
Uh-huh.
So, but yeah, no, China, Star Wars, I think, is like the number 2 market for Star Wars consumption. Something like that. So I doubt they'd want to take money out of their own economy to prove a point. Disney's worldwide, so I would give it a hard no. Plus, does Tencent have controlling stake in Epic? Epic Games stake. There we go.
Oh, that's weird.
They own 48.4, equating to 40% of total Epic. So no, they can't make decisions.
There we go.
There you go.
There it is. Is this a regular thing, guys? Yes, we do Star Wars and Scotch every Monday.
Yep.
7 p.m. Eastern here on Facebook and on Twitch.
Yep. Have you seen the backstory on why R2 always follows someone around? In Revenge of the Sith, Anakin tells him to stay on the ship, but he never came back. You know this? Go ahead. I don't know this.
I saw it. Yeah. So the last time R2 was told to stay with the ship is when Anakin told him to stay on the ship on Mustafar. That was the last time that R2 saw Anakin. So now when R2 is told to stay with the ship, he disobeys the orders and goes with whoever told him to do that. So like with Luke and Dagobah, there's a couple other scenes where they show it off, like where R2 followed people. He was with Luke in Cloud City when he told him to stay with the ship, and he ends up following him around. Yeah, and so like that's the theory as to why R2 follows the rules in the prequel, but in the original he follows Luke around everywhere.
Okay.
Well, that was cute.
It is cute. I like that. Anonymous said,
I don't think that's true, but
no, it's not. But it's still fun. I'm gonna believe it.
Sure,
I like it. How about an Escape from Tarkov but Star Wars? No.
No, because then you'd have lightsabers, and that wouldn't be fun. If it was like a bounty hunter thing, but then that's just Tarkov in space. I wouldn't want it to have a Star Wars tie-in.
Anonymous said, how do you feel about the Bad Batch series coming out? I don't know if that's something y'all talked about already. Yep. The week they announced it. Go back. That's your homework.
There it is.
Pocket said, besides Mandalorian, DC shows like Obi-Wan and Cassian Andor will go longer than season 1. I believe someone said that Obi-Wan is only supposed to be a 1-season one-off, if I recall.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the idea at one point was to make it a mini movie. So I'm going to go with a probably on that. Cassian Andor, I'm sure they're going to want to stretch out, but it's going to heavily weigh on the criticism they receive.
Yeah, I would assume it just comes down to retention and how long people actually stay engaged with the content.
Carlos said, where is a good place to buy a lightsaber? Galaxy's Edge. No, you can Google.
What is this? Is it called Saber FX? Is that the company that
That's
makes them?
that's the unlicensed one. If you want licensed materials, you need to go direct to who makes them for Disney. Like what's the
Hasbro?
black? Is it Hasbro
It's Hasbro.
that the Black Series is on?
Yep.
Cool.
That's the one where you get Revan's lightsaber from. Sorry, I was looking at it at the same time.
Yep, that's where I was referencing that from.
Yep. Any other questions, Kevin?
We have, but some of them were like flat Earth and sing happy birthday to me, and I don't respond well to demands, so
You idiots.
yeah. There is no flat Earth in Star Wars, chat. Like, let's level for a second.
Come on.
You can literally see it from
You
outer
dorks.
space. Saberforge. I've heard good things about Saberforge too. Yeah, I have. Have you, Tim? Anything
What?
else Star Wars you want to tell all the people about this week?
Am I forgetting anything?
I don't know. Did you forget anything?
No, I think that was it.
Yeah, that's all I got.
There was a lot. I mean, there's a lot of decent stuff to talk about, but
Yeah, I
think
mean,
that's
like,
it. That's it for the week.
There's some stuff coming out
it's
about.
It's gonna be kind of dry until we get to whatever they're gonna do for Celebration.
Yeah, what they would have been announcing anyway, which is a week and a half from now.
So I mean, they haven't announced they're gonna be doing an online show, have they?
2 weeks from today. No, but I'm sure they'll start rolling out announcements like they will or have previously. They might stagger them to keep fresh in everyone's minds instead of doing it all at once.
Sure.
So, it's we'll see. There's some good press about Mandalorian season 2 from Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni.
Oh, really? I didn't see that.
Just little things on, them describing how they came to the idea, similar to what we saw in the Disney Plus series, but just them talking about how excited they are for everyone to see it. And Jon Favreau specifically saying, like, we continue to take chances. We didn't play it safe in season 2. So we hope you enjoy that. We continued our ambition.
That's exciting. And they're like, we just pulled all the stops out for this one. So
Yeah.
have fun.
Yeah, that they're not like, okay, you like that? Cool. We're going to like stay with that. They're going to keep going and stay the course of being original and different. And, we probably will see a few lightsabers in season 2. But
I would hope so. We got the dark saber, dude. We need a lightsaber fight.
on the next Rare Drop vlog, or was it this week's? I don't remember. It might have been this week's, but there's a little clip of me because I'm watching the first Mandalore episode with Satine, and I'm like, if you enjoy Mandalorian, you need to go watch these episodes. There's so much backstory. If you didn't know who the blue guys in the suits were flying around that Death Watch, you need to understand. You need to understand, people. They don't get it. I sat there and explained it to my wife, and she was like, that's lovely, dear. That's lovely about Death Watch.
She doesn't get it.
No, she
She
doesn't.
doesn't understand.
Hunter
She doesn't get
does.
us.
He wants to know
I
more.
know.
He's like, what is the Death Watch? I'm like, those guys with the blue and the gray. Why are they bad? I was like, because they're not necessarily bad, but they want to go back to the old ways of the warlike Mandalorian people. Why are they peaceful now? Oh boy, we're going to have a political discussion. They're pacifists. What's a pacifist? Oh dear.
Oh.
Why do some people like to fight?
That's deep, dude.
Yes.
That is deep.
Star Wars is stimulating the youth with politics and social issues.
Perfect.
We had a discussion in chat today where we were talking about is someone said all art is political, and I said no, all art is social, and if we don't continue to delineate between social and political, we are doomed as a society.
I like that.
So all art is social, it's not political. Cool. I mean that's pretty much it. I'll check the questions. Oh, a few more came in. You're lucky. You're lucky. How often do you guys do this? What do you think of the child being the offspring of Yaddle? God, go back and listen to the old Mandalorian episodes. Austin wants to know, Tim, do you think they'll do a backstory on Jar Jar? Sith Jar Jar.
All right, Kevin, it's time to punch the hyperspace. I'm done.
Anonymous said, would you be interested in Saw Gerrera story explanation? No, I just want Saw to
No.
show up in more content. I don't think
This Saw story is pretty much like told.
Someone nailed
most
it.
part.
We did forget something.
What?
Disney Plus will be producing a Lego Star Wars holiday special that will release in November.
Yay.
What's wrong with that? That is something you can share with your son, Tim. That's part of the bridge between you and him. Don't hate.
Whatever, Kevin.
God, why are
He's
you?
gonna grow up. He's gonna grow up enjoying the good stuff.
Is that what he's gonna do?
Yeah, he's gonna grow up questioning the Jedi, and really, he's gonna understand that the Sith didn't do anything wrong.
Oof.
And he will laugh as Anakin just chugs those Yinglings.
Tim, we don't have enough time to have this discussion about why you're so wrong and that there's so much power in balance. Fine, be wrong, Tim.
From Kyler's perspective, hold on, wait. From Kyler's perspective, the Jedi are evil.
Oof. Chat, we're gonna leave it there because Tim is just we lost him. Chat, we lost him. We're going to hyperspace because Tim is just gone. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Everything we do, including this show, can be found on raredrop.co. The store's there, the whole 9 yards. I believe Paul's making a Star Wars and Scotch shirt too.
Ooh,
so if you'd
nice.
like to show all your friends that you're a nerd who likes to drink, you will be able to soon. He's fb.gg/darkness429. You can check him out on Facebook most days and mornings. Probably playing Escape from Tarkov. And I'm KMagic101 on Twitch. And you can check me out playing Horizon Zero Dawn, Flight Simulator, and Escape from Tarkov this week. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, chat. Hopefully you listen, watch, do all the things. We'll see you next Monday. But until then, may the Force be with you.
Yeah.